Bueno, dímelo, mi gente. Man, hope y'all had a very nice Christmas. Now it's time to turn up for the festival season. Hope y'all are ready this year. And again, y'all gonna get tired of hearing me say this, right? But thank you guys so much for the support. It is really crazy what we started again as something just to do. It's turning out to be a lot more than we imagined. We got our first sponsor. We got all kinds of stuff coming on. So thank everyone for the support. Today, I got a long childhood friend. To be fair, when I hit you up and he called me Pete, listen, I was like, whoa. I haven't heard that in such a long time, right? That is like, I forget this man know me from, from before this. Big man, everyone knows him, especially in the music scene. Talented, Grammy nominated, and always pushing the VA forward. Want y'all to give a warm applause to A.J Ventura.
Yo,
China King, man. Thank you so much for coming.
You don't know, man. You don't know. When you hit me up, I was like, wow, people doing big things, man.
Well, we start off something that's definitely taking itself up the road. So
I love to see that, man.
we're going to continue on forward marching as long as Jasper.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So, AJ.
Yes, bro.
How has it been, man? I feel like it's the last time we see each other, we're probably by Shanda, by the pool up there.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
Damn,
Something
bro.
like that. That was, man.
And we there yet.
No, we there here, man. Yeah, that was probably like 16, probably 15 at that time. I don't know, 14, 15, around that time. But it's been a minute, man. Like I said, glad to see you doing good. And
Same ways, man. When we down Facebook, everywhere when AJ lose something, a lot of shares. And I said, wow, AJ going on, babe. By the way, I know it's gonna come out a little later, but still, happy belated birthday.
I appreciate it.
You know, it's always good to give another spin around the side of the earth.
Absolutely.
So, God bless. And wish you many more.
You know, and even like my mother and my girl were asking me, what you want to do this year for your boy? I was like, I don't care. Just eat good food and chill home.
Amen.
Drink some wine, and that's what I do. I was good. Chill with my son all day.
Blessing. That's the best
blessing, man. Blessing. I was good.
That's
content.
good to hear, man. And the festival time, y'all enjoy yourselves very well. This Christmas, y'all had a good time. That's good. Spending time with the family. Make sure you tell your family you love them. Show them the support. Not only through gifts. A nice hug, squeeze, mommy tight. Tell her how much she mean to you, man.
For sure. And absolutely.
Now we're going to start with this little interview. AJ, tell me how it was growing up in St. Croix back in the days. Man, it's such a lot. Hey, time flying.
Well, I could start from the beginning of this whole music thing.
Yeah.
From the father side of the family, all my cousins, my uncles, all of them were into music. My dad used to play drums, so it just falling naturally, man. I got my first drum set from C-Mart.
What? Y'all hear that name?
C-Mart by the old movie theater over there by Lorraine. Old Pizza Hut for the younger ones. Yeah, man. And then after that, there was the J.C. Penney catalog.
Man.
Showing the age, right? J.C. Penney catalog, and then yeah, man.
That's to show how they just giving a little retrospect of how long, right?
Yeah.
My boy been in this thing.
It wasn't internet back then. It was
Google,
the catalog.
no
The companies
YouTube.
used to send you a book, and you pick what you want, and you call them. I want item number, whatever. So, yeah.
So starting off with the drums. The drums was the first thing that you got presented to.
Yeah,
and that was your intro into the love for music.
First, it was books and pots and pans.
I mean, yeah.
I used to line them up by tone and by width, and to get it. You know what I mean? So I used to drive my mother crazy with that because she had to put all the books back. But yeah, man, and as you know, going to Ricardo, drumming with a steel pan. I joined Pan Connection in I think 2nd grade, and they weren't accepting students until like 4th grade or something like that. So I got in early, because I could play.
Talented.
Yeah, man, and
talented from young.
From young, and I used to drum all the parades and stuff from a young age, So building the stamina and all that stuff, and then fall into producing later on. But I mean, I want to skip around too much
No,
unless
but
you got
the steel pan part, I'm
Yeah.
glad you bring that up, because
Yeah.
it's something we see yearly down the road. Y'all gonna see it festival again.
Yeah.
And I don't think it got the most notoriety for it. It's a really cool program. It keeps the culture alive. It
Yep.
shows the kids an instrument that is local, something that sounds beautiful when you play it, and that's really cool, man. So you were the drummer for them for a little bit.
for about like 5 years until like 5th or 6th grade, something like that. And then I fall into producing, man. That producing come because I used to listen to a lot of, so in the house it was a lot of different music.
Yeah.
Mom was the R&B and the soul kind of stuff, and dad was like a lot of reggae. So even before I hear Bob Marley, was like Alpha Blondie, Steel Pulse, UB40, and then mom was like Byron and the Dragonaires, Crossfire, so I got a real melting pot, a real
Yes, sir.
soup that I could have pulled from, you know what I mean? And I used to always read the back of the CDs, and I always used to see written by, I know what written by is, I know what sung by is, but then I see produced, I'm like, what's produced? That's interesting to me. And then, doing some little research, and I thought like, oh, that's the people that don't make the music. Because first I wanted to be a DJ, but then I was like, DJs to play music that people don't make. So I want to make the music and the DJs play my music. You know what I mean? So that's how I fall into producing and being fascinated with it. And then eventually, seeing guys on TV like Dark Child, Pharrell, Timbaland, all the great producers, Quincy Jones, rest in peace, I just passed the other day, seeing them stuff on VH1 and seeing them in the studio and, working the reel-to-reel tape. Back then it was tape, and just seeing them doing all of that and putting the records together. And for me, that was the whole genius behind of, creating a record versus just, playing the record,
I hear. To be fair, when I first got exposed to creating, what I call my description is creating something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you get that experience of you have a blank. Let me just say Fruity Loops. You have a blank Fruity Loops, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you put a little snare, you put a hi hat, you put some synths, you put some strings,
Yeah.
and you have this thing, and you're like, I made this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I made that.
Facts.
You creating something compared to playing somebody else's own gives you that in English, that orgullo, I don't know if it's in English, sorry. But it gives you that pride, that thing of like, yo, that's my beat. I did this.
Absolutely. And for me, that was always gratifying. Like that process of producing from a young age just had me, because it's like you painting, like you said in Fruity Loops, you open a blank session. It's like painting. An artist got a blank canvas, and then next thing you got you just got a whole beautiful piece of art, man. So ever since like I think the age probably around 8 or 9, I fall into producing. I got my first Radio Shack keyboard. You know what I mean? And
Big up Radio Shack.
Yeah, big up Radio Shack, my son. Because if it weren't for Radio Shack, listen, if
we'd have still had to do the JC Penny books.
Yeah, but
Radio
Shack for me, that's what I started, producing on, and you could only save like 2 songs or something. But the first thing I'll never forget, the first thing I made from memory was Billie Jean. Just that iconic bass line, and it just stuck in my head. I've been up at my grandmother's house, and I'll never forget. And I was just messing with it, and I come across a bass sound, and I'm like, doom, doom. And I don't play by ear, so I sound it out. And I'm like, doom, doom, doom. Like, man, let me just doom, 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 doom. And I just keep building on it, and then put the other parts. And that was the first actual production I do with Billie Jean. That's crazy.
And a Radio Shack keyboard.
And a Radio Shack
Radio Shack, you know why I said
Hey.
that? Because I can't get a keyboard. But anytime we visit Radio Shack, I used to run into Radio Shack, because I always would leave one on, and you could have played that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I used to run into the store while my parents going every place else, and I used to be in there, just like you off an ear,
But that's exactly how I learned to use them, by going inside a Radio Shack and just messing around with it, and like, oh, this is how you record, this is how you, So and then eventually I got my own, and then
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
Big up Radio Shack.
Big up Radio Shack.
Yes. So we coming from now 8, 9 years old, producing on your first keyboard with your little memory banks, doing your thing. To me, that's wild. At 8, 9, doing that thing. I think the first time I ever hold a Fruity Loops, I think I was like 15. or something like that. So AJ don't have basically double the years of experience. By the time I come in.
yeah, and I mean that's the thing, man. And starting young really give me a foot up, and being out, and the scene and seeing the older musicians, play was really a big part of that for me too, cause I got to see different sides of it. How you operate in different environments. Whether it's a jazz setting, I go to dinner with my family, or you go to Sunny Hills and you see one of your teachers playing, and so just the whole scope of performing and being a musician, and it was really fascinating to me, man. Like,
wow.
yeah.
So from a young age, my boy done doing it.
Yeah.
Large without knowing,
Without
following
knowing.
those footsteps. Cause I tell Papi Pops here the other days, and I was telling him sometimes when we actually doing stuff, we don't realize that we actually doing.
no, facts.
Other people sometimes they be like, "Yo, you're doing big things," and
Yep.
you'll be like,
Yep.
"Ah." Like we just think we
just
ain't
doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just doing
it. So
Yeah.
it's good to get into that flow though, because when you're doing it out of love, you realize like everything else just fall in place. It'll be a blessing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
From Ricardo Richards, you went now to Woodson,
Yeah, Woodson.
and in Woodson you start getting active.
Start getting active. Even before Woodson though, just in that little transition, graduating from Ricardo, I think I was like 10. I opened for Junior Gang and Julian Marley and the racetrack. That was my first professional performance as a singer. Now I singing now. I covered If by Tony Rebel.
Yeah, big
and
thing.
I do a remix of Diana King, Shy Guy, Turn It Into Shy Girl. Had dancers the whole nine, man. So to put that on a resume from a young age, that was my first professional
And
performance.
you opening up to big names.
Big names,
The
yo.
first
Big
one, and it's
names.
big names.
Big names.
Wow, you could remember by any
listen,
chance feeling a little
I
pressure
remember
on
it.
Mommy and Daddy. Yeah.
Listen, and you know what's so crazy? It wasn't no pressure because as a youngin in them time, you just wanted to get. You ain't even really thinking about the pressures and the what could happen. You just seeing that, hey, I opening for a Mali or two Malis, and it's a big deal,
Yes.
Shout out to my cousin, rest in peace, Bolsa, man. He was a promoter for that team and some other people, and doing my thing around the island. They see me and stuff. They're like, yo, like my mom's, the AJ come and do a little.
Glad
a
that
little
you
thing.
said that. Promoters,
Yeah.
you need to come back to those roots again.
Yeah, man.
When I see people out there,
Yeah.
link them, give them a shot. Look, I want to give them a shot this one, you're 10 years old. Look what we got sitting next to we right now. A beast.
Man.
So if y'all see somebody around there trying, even if it's DJing, singing, producing, songwriting, give them a little shot.
Yeah, get a youth man a blade. Yeah, man.
So Junior Gang opening up.
Yeah.
We now crossing over after that big. I mean, you kind of gonna be like a big star now going into Woodson because you just, you know what I mean? The girl them sugar when you coming into the 7th grade.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy going in? So that transition for me, I would kind of like falling into sports a little more. So I was more focused on like basketball a little bit going into Woodson.
Nice.
Cause I could always shoot, that was always my thing, a spot up shooter. But then the music was always there. So we had Mr. Thomas in Woodson, and that's when I started gigging on the weekends, playing jazz on the weekends with them up down to Blue Moon or up at Deep End, and I think Lobster Reef as well. So we used to gig there frequently, man, and I got shout out to Mr. Thomas for that. Give me that chance.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a totally different experience, than the normal, than what we used to as far as the calypso, the
Yeah,
the
that's a
soca,
whole
so-
different culture in
Yeah,
itself.
man,
You're getting
yeah.
exposed now to something else additional
Yep.
that now is coming into your resume.
Yeah.
Little you know that they have a big effect for what I know.
Man, absolutely, because of those gigs now, I fell into playing jazz and fell into loving jazz now, so it opened my ear to a totally new genre that I wasn't even privy to, before.
Especially down here. Down here, you're gonna be
Yeah,
definitely gonna hear soca and calypso all over the place.
But there's a huge jazz culture.
So shout outs to the teach and to all the teachers out there, music or not.
Man.
Shout outs to y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all
sure.
do touch 1 or 2. If y'all could touch 30, 40, hey, bless you guys the most. But the important thing, if you could reach one person, you're going to do a good thing in their life.
Facts.
So Mr. Thomas, open up that way to now expose yourself to jazz music.
Yeah.
And not only that, but now you're playing live jazz in front of people. Now that you're older now you recognize that, I can't do this here, I can't mess up here, I can't do this. Now you get a little, not pressure, but you get the idea on you.
Yeah, exactly. The idea on me. And, a lot of people really took notice to me from that, drumming, playing jazz and stuff like that. And yeah, man, it was just a good exposure.
That's cool, man. So now we moving on. You went Central?
Central.
My boys, the Carib.
Yeah,
Warriors.
For sure.
I went there, but I'm gonna kick me out after 1 year.
Nah.
But
that's why me see in years, man. That's
that's what happened. Those days.
Yeah.
Another time for those things. But yeah, man. So in Central. Now you coming up. Now you took the production thing there a little bit more serious.
Yeah. I mean, man. So I realized production was my passion. Since when I started doing it, and I always love it, man. Like the creation of music, like actually making it, and So I By the time I got to Central, a little before that, I was playing in Vaio International. I was drumming.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can't skip that.
Yeah.
Rewind. Wait.
I was drumming with Vaio between 9 and 10 grade. When I been in 9 and 10 grade, and I wasn't at Central, and I was doing homeschooling, because my mother was like, "Big man, you do bad in junior high, you're going to a little private school, so you go focus."
Good.
That's what happened. So, but during them years, I was playing in Vaio International. I was drumming, and after Daddy Jones had left, I went to Jamban. That left a window open for me, and I was still doing my gigging. I made a couple singles, Dance and Teenage Love. Everybody know Teenage Love. I ain't want to hate them song, but everybody liked them. All the DJ them to tease me about it. You know what? Let me rewind a little bit too, because you mentioned Papi Pops. Pops, I actually recorded my first song with Pops ever.
Yeah?
Around the same time, so I guess he saw me on a show in 97 with Junior Gang. And the same song that I covered, If Job by Tony Rebel, I recorded that in Pops' home studio. And we recorded on tape, bro. So, shout out to Pops.
Man. That's one man I could say give everybody a hand up when he had his chance, and you were doing something. He would have link you, he'd have bless you, he'd have put you on TV, he'd have put you on the radio. I don't know. He's still doing it.
Big up Pops, but big up Pops, man, for sure.
Pops, you don't know.
Yeah,
so
man.
De gratis. So now, fast forward, you there drumming for Vaio.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know who Vaio is, just shame on y'all. Even me, the papa, know who Vaio is. So that's a big deal, especially for the age. The age bracket.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was 14 at that time, and like we said, if we go to playing, it was Glimpses at the time over there, Club Passion. I couldn't come off the stage. I had to stay in the back room when it's time to play. I go on the stage, because I was 14 in a nightclub.
Funny, I never said this one either, but when I was DJing and I was on the age, I had to do the same thing. I had to stay in the DJ booth.
Yep.
I couldn't come out the DJ booth and until the other big DJ come, and then I'd walk next to me and I would come out and go up. That was Mambo days.
Oh, Mambo. Yeah.
That's wild. We had similar scenarios, different times.
Yep.
So you're jamming in Glimpses, 14, 15, making a name for yourself already. That's done there. Young little prodigy coming up for the VI.
Yep.
And you gain exposure to the utmost, because again, Vaio, Jamban, all those were top.
That was the pinnacle, the summit of what we do in the VI, for sure.
So, wow, I didn't know that little detail. Yeah. That's pretty cool to know that one there. Yeah. So now we moving from the Vaio. You still was with Vaio though, drumming while you started producing
Yeah.
in homeschooling, and then in Central.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
Daddy Jones had went to so Vire disbanded, he went to Jamban. And that leave a window for me to, like I said, I had a couple of singles moving. And then my cousin introduced me to Pompa. We did a talent show. I wasn't going Central at the time. So he had a talent show in the gym. And I bring my my MPC, my 2000 XL with floppy disk. It's way back.
Yes, sir.
It's like 2000. This was like 2002 or something like that. And I had a talent show in the gym. So I bring one of the Radio Shack keyboard them. I married on backs. And Pompa did Give Me the Light from Sean Paul. And then after that, I run some rhythm. We turn up the gym. It was crazy. And after that, me and my cousin decided to start a band. And then so I had another one of my cousin in playing bass. I had one son on drums. Clear at the time, I don't know if you know Clear, but she used to sing. I had Clear, and then afterwards we bring in Pompa. And then my cousin bring in Anna, and then that's how Xtaushion was formed. And my grandmother Poach. Rest in peace to my grandmother. She never take $1 for her light bill. She never,
And like down expensive,
Listen.
If y'all watching, I don't live here. Expensive,
Listen. And I mean, I am so grateful to her for that. Naturally, my mother stepping in a management role, and yeah, man, it was just a beautiful thing. We started practicing like that summer of 2003, right? Not even the summer, probably like the fall, you could say, because it was like August, September. And that November we released On the Road, was sort of the first single.
Big tune.
And then Energy in December, and then
Big
Road
tune.
March right there. Boom.
Forgot. Then sorry for the language that come out. Them thing was big tune.
Yeah,
And I remember Pompa doing his thing in the gym.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I was in the central gym, in the old
Yeah.
central gym. If you would give him the mic, he'd take it.
Yeah.
He'd take it and he'd go with it. Big up Clifton Hill Massive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man. That's Xtaushion. That was and still is. I just listen to it every now and again.
That's crazy.
Being real honest, I
Yeah.
pull it up just the other days.
Wow.
And listening to some of the old school songs because it caught me off guard. Like something popped up.
Yeah.
And then it just carried me down the road. And then I end up with Jamban, and I end
You
up
see?
listening to China Dan, and
That's the
like,
vibe. Oh,
it just went down the whole memory lane, and I was like, whoa, say come down, daddy.
yeah.
Watch
That
out.
whole.
Listen,
Yeah.
that whole thing. It was nice, nostalgic.
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
Xtaushion now,
Yeah.
because after Rip, to be honest, I don't know if that was your reality, but from us that wasn't in the music scene and watching it, after Rip, the first song, y'all blew up.
Yeah.
Like for people outside that was looking in, I was like, yo, these guys are huge.
Yeah.
Like first song after Rip, then Energy, give me the energy.
Yeah.
Listen.
It was like one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. And no, I mean, I can understand that because I mean the whole makeup of Xtaushion and the chemistry. It was because there was so much contrast in the band. That's why I work. I mean, I would like the smooth R&B vibes. Pompa with the hard dance, all rugged. So there's a contrast there. I would do something and then he do something totally left field. But then we meet in the middle and it work. And I come in and tap with her smooth vibes as well. And I think that's why Xtaushion was so special, man. And me having that eclectic background of reggae and R&B and the dance hall too and just everything in one. That's where we're pulling from with Xtaushion. Like Crossfire was like my favorite soca band ever. Like me as an artist, my soup is like Edwin Yearwood, Edwin Yearwood, Rupee, and a little bit of some other people all in one. You know what I mean? And Bajan soca for me was what really did it for me as far as my foundation in soca. Like that old school, like I said, Crossfire, Square One, Alison Hines, them and so, you know.
Man,
So
Alison Hines.
yeah.
Alison Hines got me singing ding ding ding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's saying, but he's singing the whole song. Mama,
That's how you know it's good, yeah.
I don't know what going on.
Yeah, that's you know it's good music, man.
But yes, that's what you know is good.
Yeah.
You're singing a song, and even if you're singing it correctly,
Exactly.
but you're having fun and you're jamming down the road.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, man. So then the Pumper, that's when they all developed the whole Xtaushion, the band itself.
Yeah.
I know, I just know from working with different people, mindsets, and it's hard to contain something for such a long time.
Yeah.
Especially with bands. And you know, there's a lot of different things that are happening.
Yeah.
And y'all maintain that though for
About five, a
about
good
what to
5
say, right?
years. A good 5-6 years.
to be fair, yeah, 5-6 years with a band. I know y'all ain't not too much in the music thing. That's a long time, you know.
That's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time.
long time.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. You have a lot of different personalities. You have a lot of different things. You know, bookings and tours. And if you ain't on time, the other person on time.
Listen, whatever bands they go through, we've been through it. You understand? Like all the cliches, we've been through it. From personalities to everything you just mentioned.
Yeah.
We've been through it.
It happens.
It'll happen.
It happens in every band. In every band.
happens,
And the matureness is what will determine the outcome of the band in itself.
Facts.
You know, especially when you're at a young age, though, a lot of things could get in between. And that ego, hormones, everything.
Everything.
Everything, you know, because I had my fair share. When I first started out, I didn't even, like, I was like, yo, I want to be a producer.
Yeah.
I had no intentions of hopping on the mic. None at all.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I found myself on a mic because I was being rencoroso or revengeful, because a person was like, he ain't nothing without us, cut the cables basically.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you what going on.
And to be fair, it was just to show him.
Yeah.
And I ended up showing like the whole Sinclair and everybody else.
You see how things will work?
How it came out.
Wow.
You know? That was a blessing.
Yeah.
But,
and you turn into a whole artist, you know?
Yeah.
Vibes, man. Yeah.
So now, Xtaushion killing it. We do the 5 years.
Yeah.
And AJ is now full mature. By the way, when I'm saying in this 5 years, you are still using the keyboard to do all the rhythms?
Between the keyboard, so it took a shift now because, and I mean, I'm gonna kind of nod out a little bit, but a lot of people gravitate to what I was doing as far as like production wise, right? Because like in the VI we got a style, right? And we do use certain sounds.
Yeah.
We call them rhythm back sounds, right? That come from older machines like the RX-7 and you know them old Roland machines and so. And I started using, I got a Phantom X, right? And that became the nucleus of Xtaushion, like the sound. That became the sound of Xtaushion. I mean, like I would do like all my productions. Now, rhythm, I will do them on a rhythm back still. But as far as like the groovy stuff, and I would do all of those in the keyboard, man. And that kind of changed the whole scope of like the sound of Xtaushion. That's like why people will be like, wow, I sound so different. You know, because I used to purposely go to different sources to sound different, to formulate my own sound. I don't want to sound like nobody else.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? So
And it paid off.
It paid off. So it come from a Reduction keyboard to a Roland Phantom. And yeah, man, ever since then, you know, songs like Shop Back. I do the whole production on Shop Back.
Sure.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, man. So
Man, big tunes.
Yeah.
Big tunes. We could go and name tunes all day. Yeah, and I'll go know each and every one of them for sure. Some of them y'all didn't even know he was part of.
Boy, man, if I drop some gems on these people, let me like. But to be fair, that's the reactions are like, "Why AJ do that? Oh, AJ's
Yeah.
That's why I dig for. That's why I like the background. Kind of element of surprise, the catch them off guard.
They'll be like, see, I've been pointing that walk.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So now Xtaushion is done. They had y'all again, festival time. That was the time. Xtaushion are killing it. Road march.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards. 5 years of glory. Everyone went their own way. Had successes either or. Y'all still know the name Pumper. And y'all still know the name AJ.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's good to see that not everybody, you know, just because they break up.
Yeah, man, you know, and ain't no vibes
Nothing
either,
like that.
you know.
Exactly.
It's growth and, you know, Yeah. So
Yeah, it's easier said.
yeah.
With growth, maturity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So it's
Exactly.
good to see them. I never see y'all talking every now and again too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you
guys,
know, like I said, you know, you know, vibes. I don't know why people pull things or think things. You know, people doing a
People
thing over
always
here. I doing my thing over here.
it's still love.
Yeah.
There's no competition. There's no none of
Nah,
that
ain't
there.
never that.
Friendly,
Son.
but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
exactly.
always
Exactly.
good to see people still uniting as one.
Yeah, man.
So shout outs to Pumper. And
Yeah.
now you're moving on up. Now
Yeah.
you now and by now I could guarantee that you feel secured
Mm.
in what you're doing now as far as production.
Man, and the thing is, I always see it, you know. I always know that I did on a part that felt right, you know. And of course, through the years, everybody will be like, AJ, you need to sing more, man. You need to sing more, you know, which is warranted, you know, because I purposely took a back step because I wanted to, you know. I fell in love with producing, you know, like I said, the whole craft of it, you know, the whole thing, and it's just special to me, man. I mean, I could sing all day, you know, but for some
To be
reason,
fair, while he was waiting here, he was done humming. I don't know if he humming a new tune. I don't know what it is, but he couldn't even foot going, mumbling, and that's when we were just drinking some water. So you give this man 5 minutes of quiet and peace, and he
yo,
gonna take that down.
I was,
Do some-
I was humming it out because this don't stop, man. Listen, I don't even chew in rhythm, and I crazy when I eating is a beat going on.
That's crazy. I do the same thing with my teeth.
You see,
I don't tell nobody. I don't gotta tell myself to stop sometimes.
yeah. It don't stop. It don't stop in here, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, so after Xtaushion, I went to explore the artist route some more, and I did a song with Skinny Fabulous in 2011.
Man,
Yeah.
I probably didn't even know who Skinny Fabulous was in 2011. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't.
You see, he wasn't the
I
Skinny
didn't.
Fabulous he is now. You know, he was still big, but you know, it was Spirit of Carnival and all the integration that happening now with the smaller markets and the bigger markets, you know, VI artists.
Yeah, man. I would
You
love to see
know,
this.
going in Trinidad and making a mark for the VI and stuff. I did that back in 2011, bro, and it was tough because you know how social media is now, where you just DM somebody. It wasn't really like that. So somebody had to link Skinny Fabulous for me, and then you know it went through somebody had to get to him. It was actually supposed to be Bungie. Me and Bungie were talking at Twitter, and he just didn't get around to doing a song, man. And then somebody that I knew that knew Skinny, that knew, you know, they link him for me, and we catch up, and he do the track at the last minute for me, and then yeah, man, I blasted out. Next thing I knew, the song was being used to promote the Soca Monarch finals in Trinidad. And that was a big deal back then, cause
Big deal right now.
Yeah, right.
What you talking about? Listen, Trinidad. We talking
Man.
about Trinidad.
Yeah.
A huge
Facts.
population, and
Oh, yeah.
soca is the music.
And that's the mecca. And
Yep.
back then, like if you ain't in a market, if you ain't like popping in a market, they ain't using your song to promote the Soca Monarch finals. And Soca Monarch back then was like a huge deal. Like all the artists from all the other islands used to go and participate in the mecca for the Soca Monarch final competition, you know. And yeah, and they use that song to promote it, man.
Nice.
And I couldn't believe it. That feel like a Grammy to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I mean all the integration and stuff that happening now with the different islands and different markets, man. Like I love to see it, you know. But your boy did that in 2011, 2012. Yeah, man. So
Some respect on it, man.
yeah, man. I've been walking, man. I've been outside.
Yeah, the connections back then, and again with limited access, limited internet. We're talking about back in them days.
Man, limited.
Like everything was hard compared to today's day. And to be fair, I'm very happy to see how our community from soca artists is blowing up.
Oh yeah.
Outside of there.
Love to see
To
it.
the point now, and I mean care whoever they can fit that and wear it. everybody know I want to be a soca artist.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Now, all of a sudden, I don't know where, I don't know, like, all of a sudden.
Yeah. Hey, that's crazy you said that. Because I noticed it the other day. It's like, but this man won't just. Yeah. You know, but
A
hey.
couple of them. I think they might hear the 30 or the 60 whatever it is they giving out for the man like this year. And that man said, no man, my music ain't paying 36. Give me switch. Because if they want to sing patois.
That's the pot, though. The 30 is the pot.
Yeah.
The 30 is the pot.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause that little bust down into it. But anyway, yeah. You know, soca, and being that it's so accessible now, you know, you could just DM somebody.
Correct.
You know, and
if you get money, you could get a studio, and you could get a beat, and you could get things going for sure.
It's so trendy too, man. It's so, you know, like the type of songs that's catching on now ain't like real.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, you know, real fun songs, you know, that gonna last whatever. But you know, it creating a buzz that a new wave of artists could actually create something.
Hop on,
you know?
and join on.
Yeah, man.
But to those of you that just happen on this train, don't do it. We see you. Don't do it. It don't look good. Okay? I ain't editing this part either, so don't do it. But anyways,
Yeah, man.
so we moving forward now. You did the Skinny Fabulous track, 2011. You opened yourself on those doors down in Trinidad. You gained your song played for the commercial for what's the biggest soca competition in the Mecca of soca. And now moving forward, how was the now you man again? Every time you tell me something else, I'm like, now you gotta be more confident, right? Because like now you just do it. Now you gotta feel like you know what? Estamos duro. You know,
duro. Hey. I mean, I'm glad you said that. 'Cause every time I set out to do something and I kind of like I conquer it, I run through that goal, I'll be like, okay, now it's time for me to pursue exactly what I want to do. And that's the reason, right, that I kind of left the soca market as an artist. So a lot of people were kind of upset with me because they were like, man, you in the door for we know. I know you're going to just like, you ain't even diving into the soca thing as an artist. And really and truly, I didn't want to be a soca artist. You know what I mean? And I get it. I get why, you know, they would have an issue with it. You know, I get it. But that wasn't for me.
You had a different vision.
I had a different vision. And I like I say, I fall back into the producing thing. And I met up. So after I did that song, man, a company even wanted to sign me, bro. A soca like distribution company. And I just wouldn't move on it, and they keep messaging me. They're still around today doing big things too.
Nice.
So but anyway, aside from that, I met my manager at the time, and he introduced me to my attorney, who worked for Cash Money Records. And then
I was about to say, I got mine's right there.
Hey, boom! you need that in this game, son. But so I moved to New York in 2014, because I had those connections going. I was sending tracks to them guys for Cash Money and stuff, and then the man was like, "Okay, come take a trip." So I did take a trip up to New York and meet with them and stuff like that.
You see the famous picture with the little Cash
Yeah.
I remember them things.
Yeah,
of course.
Yep, in the plaques, with the Cash Money plaques and stuff.
It's a big deal.
It was a big
deal. You come out
deal.
as saying, create this little dot on the map, like I tell people, and you going to what's Cash Money. We all know Lil Wayne. We all listening to this man's songs and Bird and all these other guys.
Yeah.
And now you get to go inside this studio.
Yeah. Inside the studio, up at the label, and all of that stuff, man. So after after I made that trip, I made those connections and stuff. I actually got a placement with a young artist who was signed not to Cash Money but to another label under Universal, but they dropped him after a while. So you know when the artists get dropped, you know your song gone with him. Yeah. You know, so I mean, you know, that's how it'll work. But so yeah, then I moved to New York and I was working with some Cash Money artists, more on the pop side for a minute. And so from like 2014 to 20, probably 16, 17, I was doing that. Then I came back home. So yeah, it was all production and songwriting full fledged. And during that time, I met with a lot of people in the industry. I've been in some rooms, bro, like with the who's and stuff like that. You know, from artists from Atlantic to of course Universal. You know, from like people like at that time it was designer. You know, designer was popping. Yeah. You know, so I been in rooms with those people.
Big names.
Yeah, man. The rooms I've been in, bro. So
now you have the exposure to being in those rooms, seeing how business is conducted. You know, you're
the sessions.
if you ever get in a room and you're not studying what's going on in this room, you don't be hanging there. Go out the door. You gotta make sure, because that's the one time that you need to sit back and be like, oh, this is how we move. Okay, this is how we talk. This is how we do this. The vocabulary. This is how you orient yourself. This is how you set it. Yeah. I mean, it's different.
Facts.
It's different.
Facts. Yeah.
You gotta know when and where to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I just used to be, peeping game, just a fly on the wall, checking how things work, like you said, the vocabulary and seeing how people move, bim bam bam, the whole nine, man. And that was a good time for me, because that time really really brought me up to speed as how the major labels, how the mainstream industry work.
Yeah, and I'm sure you gain a lot of useful connections.
Absolutely.
And networking.
Absolutely.
Again, networking is one of the biggest things ever. If you ain't if you're in college right now and you're watching this here, make sure you're friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, suck it up. Make sure you're friends with everybody.
That's how you formulate a team.
The person next to you,
Yep.
your dad could probably be the head of CBS and could give you an engineering job.
Yep.
Like I know a couple of people that went full sail, like Aaron and these other guys.
Yeah.
Them and doing their things,
Yeah.
they will tell you the same thing. Like watch out, just network.
Yep.
Network gets work. So
I like that.
yeah. It does. It gets work. The more networking that you do, the more work you could be able to get.
Facts.
Again, with good vocabulary, you're making sure you're doing your things correct. You ain't just don't go full crucian. Not yet. Give them some time first. So now we're there in the exposure of Cash Money, Universal, big rooms, designer. You meeting all these guys.
Yeah.
How was that feeling of me when I was in studios with that? I used to be like overwhelmed, but you're in the corner. You ain't showing it. You ain't poker face.
Yep. Yep, poker face.
And he's like, but bro, I there with this man right now.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
No, yeah, I mean that was exactly it, and you just had to act like your customer being in, but for sure, that exposure, being in those sessions and stuff like that, and for me it was like gratification. I was like, okay, now I'm doing exactly what I always wanted to do. This is, this is my
8,
dream.
9 years old.
Oh yeah, from reading them credits on them CDs, I producing records for signed artists and labels and
now
stuff.
you get your own credits on it. Well, not with that digital, but still, you get your own credits on the back of the track list. That's is an amazing. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it was a really that was a
that's
really
like a full circle moment
oh,
for
yeah.
you, like.
Absolutely, and that point in time really showed me, how the business to work, good and bad, and just what to expect really.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now we won't go to a quick break, but before we go to the break, I'd always reach out to somebody, right, that does know the person. I don't publicize I'm interviewing this person, but I reach out to somebody and I ask them, hey, by any chance you got a question or something I could probably poke fun of? And this person asked me to ask you about. Let me see if I can get my phone. Okay, because I want to make sure.
Who this man talk to know?
What he has said. That's what it is. He said, ask you that I hear your name is Red Eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, back to Xtaushion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got his own reason for that, but listen, just know that them trips. Oh God, and I was St. Thomas trip. We used to play in St. Thomas like every weekend, and I just said that things used to be happening, some wild stuff. That same man I tell you to ask me that question, he needed to call himself Red Eye because
that's the leader.
Yeah, he and the bass man, it was the one of them that used to be used to be cutting up and dragging the young one them into the mess. So, yeah.
You see that? You see that? Oh, but that's a good man, them.
That's a
son.
good man. That's a good man.
Taco.
That's my dog. Yeah, respect Taco.
Enough
Big up
respect.
yourself.
Thanks for that. I know what I go the same way how you thought about that
man.
one. Catch you off guard and all.
Off guard? What? Red eye, my son. I take me back, lad.
Yep. I tell you, man, you doing AJ, man. Give me something to
Yeah.
ask about red eyes. I start to laugh. So, but we will take a quick break and we'll be right back. Well, we are back. First half was pretty cool. I learned some stuff. I'm sure y'all learned some stuff as well. I'm very versed in the musical side here. And I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know at all. So that's cool to get myself educated along with y'all. And if y'all know it, good for y'all. We left off talking about your exposure to Cash Money Records, Universal Records. You worked over there for almost 3-4 years. And then you ventured back home to start another journey.
Yeah, another chapter.
How does that one go?
So fall back into producing again. Yeah, some soca records I was doing, and then COVID happened, right?
Man.
COVID happened. I was working in the refinery at that time, and it got shut down. We had to lay off people because of COVID and stuff, and I was just home. And then I just keep getting vibes, man, like songs in my head. I don't call them movies because I don't actually see. Like when I got idea for a song, I don't see like a whole movie scene.
You don't see the whole music video.
I don't see the whole video, the whole thing. And that just keep happening, man, all throughout the night. So one day I just said, man, let me go put on my ideas. That one idea turned into a song, then that song turned into a next song and a next song. By the time I know I had an EP on my hands, like 5 songs, man. And I got a shout out to my brethren, man, Dean Pan. Dean been telling me, yo, AJ, you need to do an album. Cause me and Dean, that time when I moved back home, I was like sending his songs and sending his beats and sending his tracks and stuff like that. And we were going to studio vibes and he's like, dude, you doing all these demos? I'm like, yeah, this is the stuff I do in New York and like pop stuff too, you know what I mean? Like EDM stuff, like full demos I would produce and record on my own. I shop them,
Nice.
So I used to play them for him all the time. And he's like, dude, you need to do an album. Every time I send you something else, you need to do an album. So Dean is one of the main reasons to like I went that route and I do an album. So like I said, like at that point in time, I had like 5 songs on my hand. And then Afrobeats too were like just in my head, man, heavy.
Yeah,
like,
by that time Afrobeats was just taking off too.
It's like 2019, 2020.
Afro Bros. Afro Bros, when I come out with it, my God.
Yeah.
I was a different sound. I love it.
Yeah, man. And I was heavy on WizKid them time, man. Like, just the vibe. Like, it was just a vibe I can't explain. Like, like, never been to Africa, but just through the music and just sitting back and vibing, like, it feel like you actually taking a journey to your roots, man. And, yeah, that's what Afrobeats do for me. And, yeah, man, I had a whole album on my hands, and then when I released the album, went to number 1 on the iTunes worldwide chart. I was like, what?
Believe it. I saw that and I was like, yes, let's go. Let's go.
A whole number 1 album out of COVID.
Yeah, that's amazing. COVID time for some artists, they adapted. For some others, when AJ was asking me, like COVID time was the time that I said, done.
Yeah, I feel
when
it, man.
COVID time come, because it was hard for me to. I can't compete against Faruko in Puerto Rico.
Hey, what?
Because now you ain't getting shows.
Yeah.
Now your heck is streams. If your streams ain't streaming, you ain't bringing in that money like how you was money.
The people them gonna stay home and stream the artists that they done
That they know exactly.
Like you said.
So it was a different time. Like I had Maria had tech my whole studio.
Man, I
And
forget
then
about that.
2019 with the COVID, and I was like, you know what? let me start. I thought I invested instead.
Yeah.
I just started investing in all kinds of stuff. So,
Yeah.
and it was a good move.
Yeah.
I don't regret the move at all. And now we got this podcast thing going.
Yeah.
And like how I just see this now is basically like me being an artist. Like I doing a featuring with AJ.
Yeah.
We're doing a song, you know, but this is a feature.
Yeah,
It's almost in the same concept of what it is.
Yeah, facts, man. I mean, listen, things that happen, life to take you some ways, man.
It's
But
some weird. But
like
God knows what He doing.
God
so
know what He
just trust in
doing,
God.
man. Like, bro, like that time with me going into the refinery, I was going through some stuff, and like out of COVID, that whole time period for me, like I thought it was like you know, because it was that like a dark time, right?
Yeah.
But I realized there would be a chapter closing, and then when that page turn is like a whole new just like life, man. Like, and yeah, that's what that point in time was for me when, you know, when the refinery closed, you know, during COVID, and then the album, like after that album, like that whole process for me was so therapeutic, and like my life just started to blossom, bro, like in a whole new way, man.
You get a breath of fresh air.
Oh man.
You ain't gotta walk them slave hours in Hess.
Hey, me ain't gonna lie, it was
Money
good money
good.
too, but
Money
jeez, and I just been on a fuel truck. I been on a fuel truck and it was rough, man. Me ain't want to go back in that at all. But the money was beautiful. And from that money, I start investing too.
Yeah, let's go.
So stocks and crypto and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Stocks and crypto, man. NFT, everything.
Everything, man. So, yeah.
Real estate and much more. So
Beautiful.
It's really, really good to see everyone. If you don't invest and you don't know how to invest, don't ask me. I'm not a financial advisor.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
check it out. Find a financial advisor.
The
set
information
up a plan.
is there, man. Yeah, YouTube, you know,
Yes.
everything. YouTube University, everything. That
Proud
YouTube.
graduate. I got a certificate hanging in it.
All of we.
So
Yeah,
now
man.
we're in a phase of number one on iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling.
Man, bro, that's a whole nother well, what's the saying? Like a whole what's the saying?
Take your time.
Like you come back home now, like you know, a whole you said it a while ago, but anyway, yeah.
Well, you come full circle. with
Full
the whole
circle,
thing?
yeah, full circle moment, right?
Yeah.
It's like all this work I've been putting in throughout the years. Now I got a whole number one album, not even just a single now. I got number one album now
Right,
on the
which is hard.
worldwide charts.
It's hard. It's hard.
Man.
Because it's hard to get one person to listen to us, right?
Oh,
Imagine you get a one person to listen to 6 of them.
Oh man.
And to like, download, all those little things factor into your placement on the charts.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all don't know that, please like, share, and subscribe. Just joking.
There you go. Facts, for sure.
So-
support the thing.
Now you're there, number one up there.
Mm-hmm.
I know that feeling of gratitude.
Boy.
For those who definitely click play on your music was immense, and self-gratification of knowing I knew this was my calling,
Yeah.
and you have now the proof to show. You know, this is the back end to show.
That's it there.
This is it now.
That's it there.
I could have talked my talk, but now I have to show.
I got to show you.
Numero uno. And then we're gonna reach a whole lot of things soon. And you're gonna be like, my boy, stamp and label. My boy, the real deal.
Yeah.
So, gone for number one, you're feeling good. Hess now gone out the way. Now you fall back into
Yeah.
the music vibes.
Yeah.
You get a itch again. You get a whole rejuvenation.
Man. Oh yeah. And yeah, that album for me was so special because that was basically all on me on a platter. That's why I call it mosaic, because it's basically, you know, with me, I like to say genreless. You know what I mean? It's just like so many different genres on that one album. There's reggae, there's R&B, there's, you know, soca. You know, so, you know, a mosaic is a piece of art, but you got different factors, different artifacts that'll make up one big piece of art, you know, and like that's me on a platter, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And
So for you to now when you put it like that, the feeling of seeing number one and everything else now is a bigger feeling, right? Because you literally put yourself out in this album.
And because I produced those tracks. Well, most of the album, but I had some, you know, co-production of
Yeah.
Kevry and Masai. Shout out to my dogs.
Leave it.
Dean did some production. Kenna Eugene co-writing a couple of songs. That's my sis. Big up yourself, Kenna. She's so talented. That's Desiree, little sister, for some people who don't know. Yeah, man, Kenna is a monster. But yeah, so you know, I was producing those songs, mixing them, writing them, recording myself as well. So it's like from the artist side, from the production side, from the engineering side, like everything in one, bro. So that's why the album was so special to me, man. And then the number one, and I've been on a chat with Wizkid as well. When Wizkid was number one, I was 3, or when he was 2, I was 3, something like that.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, bro.
That's
so
wild. That's mind blowing.
man,
Mind blowing.
yeah.
So now we're moving on. You have that feeling. You gone back to producing. Now you're producing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Now because from growing up, being exposed to what mom and dad was listening to then having Mr. Thomas expose you to the jazz.
Yeah.
To then going to Cash Money Record and now seeing how business is handled.
Yeah.
Right? You're seeing the back end of it. Now you're coming back here to St. Croix, and you did, if you think on it, a melting pot EP. Right? You could have called it melting pot, you could have called it mosaic.
Yeah.
Because it's all those inspirations that you gathered throughout the year. And now you see the fruits of the labor starting to begin, man.
Absolutely.
That is awesome.
That's well put, bro. That's
yeah, I mean, that's how we
yeah.
So that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
And then now you have the experience in which you could fully confidently go and say, all right, EDM, I have this project, all right, jazz, I got that project, all right, soca,
Yeah.
I got my people them. So now, and you fairly experienced in them. It's not like a jack of all trades at this point. At this point, you are master of the trade.
Yeah.
Because most of like I say, yeah, I know a little bit of everything. Well, no, you know, they saying a little bit of everything. My boy know a lot about these specific genres throughout the years. Man, since 8 years old. That's crazy. So
Facts.
now, what you doing? You shopping around your songs after the number one hit. What was the next move for AJ?
What was the
after
next
that
move?
there?
I delved back into soca.
Soca is always there.
Yeah, soca is always there. I think around that time, actually this might have come before though. Sorry, me and Kevray did the Zuri rhythm. I gotta mention that because that was a big deal. We had Black Ace, we had Adamo, myself and Kevray did a couple of songs, and then Mike Love did VI to the Bone. And that rhythm, which
VI to the bone.
big
tune.
And that was tourism used it for a campaign and stuff like that. Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to tourism, Tom.
Yeah.
They helped me out a lot when I was in the music industry.
Respect.
Shout outs
respect,
to them.
you know? Yeah, man, for sure. And that was our big project. That project, you know, just the whole pride behind it.
Yeah, you got the VA artists to hop on it. The songs them was really good, effective songs. As you know, Mike Love's song really did resonate with every Virgin Island.
Every version, a home and abroad.
Those, I was just about to say, those that live here and those that ain't here. Because it gave you that, it was almost like the VI nice song for Pressure, and Pressure first did it.
Yes.
It gave you that sense of that's my home, that's my pride, that's my love.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job with that song.
Yeah.
And everybody else who helped him promote it, the tourism, the governor, everybody.
Yeah.
Great job.
God was on board with that, man. I mean, even to this day, when I see the governor, he like, yeah, you know, that's my tune, you know, yeah. So yeah, man, respect. And
so you make the rhythm. After the number one hit, producing soca now.
Yeah.
You making hits.
Yeah.
So man, you did the number one song hit.
Yeah.
Right after that, you go and you make the rhythm with what was his name? Sorry.
Kevry, yeah.
Kevry?
I actually think that was before the album. No, sorry, that was right before. Yeah.
So you already gained a home run.
Yeah.
Then you come and you knock the number one.
Number one album.
Another home run. So now you're feeling the greases.
Yeah, man.
You're lubricating that bearing again, and you're like, you know what? We could do this. We back in action.
Yeah.
So now you're producing and you done established. Everybody here in St. Croix know AJ
Yeah.
as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke. If you know AJ, a producer, you know AJ, you know he has a musician in general.
Yeah.
Very versed. And you get a name out there, man.
Yeah.
From Xtaushion
Yeah.
to Cash Money to Universal to so to be exposed to all this music and now coming up to where you at today, which is a Grammy nominated.
Wow. Yeah, Grammy nominated, man. That's crazy. So
That's to me it's just wild to say
It's
those
wild.
words and have you right here next to me. Is when I saw the post,
yeah.
I was like, very well deserved. Well, the first
appreciate it.
instinctively was the first thing that come to my mind was very well deserved.
I appreciate it.
You
bro.
know,
I appreciate
because if I see that, that means everybody else don't see all the work that you have put into this. Now we all see a little delay. We all know the little things that happen here and there.
Yeah.
But the point is to never stop. That's
Oi.
why I wanted to do this podcast, and I have the people that I just bring in, is because I want people to understand that everybody that you see does have roadblocks. Everybody have obstacles. There's whatever you want to call it, right? There's always a messed up part of the time in your journey. What you do with that in that instant is what dictates your outcome. And most of the people, everybody that I brought here, they share some crazy stories. You guys heard Carlito that got severely burnt, and now he won the biggest barbershop show globally.
Yeah, respect
Globally.
that.
Like this man is the Tom Brady of barbering. No joke.
No, we went central together.
Yeah,
That's why I know him
Carlito,
from seeing him. Yeah,
You know?
respect. And I heard about that. Respect
And
the
then like Rainey, the owner of Caribbean Cuts, he was homeless.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
So when you see these kinds
Journey,
of things,
man.
and then Papi Pops were having the stroke and still
Yes.
coming back and doing his thing. So having all these guests come and talk to you guys about, listen, life ain't easy. You're going to get hard times and then you're going to get harder times.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What you do after that, what do you do with that encounter? That going to make you a man or it going to make you...
Most.
Mouse. I'm glad you said mouse, but that's something else. So,
man.
to the dark times, like how the thing said, dark time create good man, good time create happy time create small time. So that chart, I believe what you do with it is up to you, and that outcome is definitely up to you. You have the free will. That's why I
Yes.
bring people on the podcast. Y'all just hear AJ. From 8 years old, the grind was real. He
Boy.
had the vision of being who he is now. It was a vision, guys. This wasn't something concrete. So if you visualize yourself being whatever you want, ain't gotta be music, ain't gotta be podcast, ain't gotta be a lawyer or a doctor, but whatever it is that you visualizing yourself to be, if you really want it, go for it.
Absolutely.
Work hard and you could get.
Absolutely, man. Work hard and work smart or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
no,
Work
for
smart.
sure, hand in hand. Yeah, and for me too, if it weren't for my parents investing in me, I definitely wouldn't have been this far. Because if you look at it as an investment, it's a long-term investment. Like my mother having an interest, I mean, she's seeing my interest, right? And
An investment with no ROI.
right? No, exactly.
My God.
Exactly. The longest long term with no ROI. Oh my gosh.
No, but you know what? Mommy, daddy, we see you. God bless you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Because if it wasn't for them, like my dad gave me them drum set from
Yeah,
CMAT,
yeah.
and my mom, he buy me my instruments. The two of them buy me the MPC together. Like back then, I was like $1,500 and $1,500 back in,
It's like $4,000 right now.
Exactly. So for them to that's an investment in me, and that same drum machine, I use it in Xtaushion. I win them road match and stuff like that. So parents, if you see your kids have interest, man, invest in them. Feed that for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So, how does one go from soca producer, pop producer, to Grammy nominated
Yeah, bro.
jazz producer?
Yeah, so it's the nomination is on it's really like, so I did vocals on a blues album, and a blues album. And it's so crazy how that happened. So I gonna give the whole Grammy situation. I did some work in like 2000. I want to say 2012, 2011. The studio in Christians at Aquasound Studios.
Yeah.
Patrick, I used to intern there. He went to school with my uncle. They were friends.
Nice.
My uncle introduced me to him, so I started intern at the studio. Then eventually I started to walk out to the studio. I was there every day. Then me and Pat started doing some work. Me and TP started working out, so one of the best creative spaces ever, man. Some beautiful stuff come out of that studio.
Big up to TP.
Yeah, big up to TP and Patrick, man. Aquasound Studios. And Patrick had an artist, Deanna Brown. She's a country artist. So I did some engineering, like assistant engineering work. I did some production. I did some, I played some drums. I played keys on the album and stuff. So just from that one album, I had enough credits to be a voting member of the Grammys.
Nice.
I was wanted to be a voting member. So back then, I had enough credits to be a member, but I didn't want to pay the member fee. I was kind of cheap. So I just like, whatever. Years down the line, about 10 years now, last year, I reached out to a couple of my friends who are voting members of the academy, because you need 2 letters of recommendation from your peers, and then a board to vote you, and they'll see whether you could come on or not or whatever. It's a whole process. So I got denied the first time, and just to put in perspective, one of my friends that recommended me, he got denied 3 times. So people will be applying all the time and getting denied, bro. But
because it's a serious thing.
Yeah, it's a serious thing. It's a elite community, man. And I applied the second time now, earlier this year at the deadline, and I got in. So that was 10 years, 10 years of wishing and watching the Grammys, and man, one day that's gonna be me. And then I get an email earlier this year. I think it was like probably summertime or something. I posted on Facebook. I get an email. You have been accepted as a voting member at the Recording Academy, and that day alone, I just had to sit back and like, wow, this journey for me has been long. It had twists and turns and ups and downs, and I wanted to be any other way, man, because the fruits of all of this labor is beautiful, man. And so the story to tie in about the nomination, when my album was out, so my album was on a Grammy ballot as well before I became a voting member. So within the Grammys, they have this thing called FYC, for your consideration, right? So when you have a project, you're basically supposed to reach out to voting members so they could become privy to your project, so they could be familiar with it before they sit on the ballot and vote. Because when you're voting, you're listening to hundreds and thousands of albums, bro. I gonna give you that story. So my album was on the ballot, and I met Antonio Vergara, who's a fellow voting member, and I met him by asking him, yo, can you check out my project or whatever. So now when I finally got into the academy, me and he just link up, and he like, yo, I working on a project. You want to do some vocals or whatever? So I said, yeah, sure. I do the vocals, send it back to him, put it in the back of my mind. Next thing you know, the man send me a message, yo, the project is Grammy nominated.
That's why,
and I'm
man.
like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
That's why.
So yeah, it's how things that happen. I just do the vocals, send it back to Reed, forgot about it. Next thing you know, yo, the project Grammy nominated.
That's why.
Man.
Congratulations, man.
Respect,
King,
man. I appreciate it.
I know you hear a lot of congratulations from before.
Yeah,
but congrats again.
Yeah,
and
man.
Proud of the man, man.
Hey, respect.
It's always good to see. We was talking in the break.
Yeah.
That is very hard. Like, again, compared to like Puerto Rico, there's a 4 million population.
Yeah.
It's fairly more, I don't want to say easy, but you have a better chance any other place.
Oh, yeah.
Trinidad, Puerto Rico.
Numbers matter, man.
Than to make it out of this little dot on the map, St. Croix.
It's tough.
So for you to be able to, from right here, connect with other Grammy voting Academy members
Yeah.
and network again, you network to get work. And when you
Man.
did this, right, you just being a humble person, oh, you need some help, let me help you. Turned into, hey, check your email.
Yeah.
We
Full
Grammy nominated, like,
nomination,
bro. Again,
Man.
life comes full circle.
Yo,
And another accomplishment and another milestone.
man.
That, bro.
It's surreal, and I like up to now I can't fathom it. Can't really believe it.
Wild,
Wild, man. Wild.
Because we do see others. Well, it's not a whole bunch. The only next one is Tiran.
Tiran Dean has a Grammy as well. Masai has a Grammy as well.
Masai does have one.
Yeah, you know.
So it's good to
a
see.
Small, little bit
Very
of
niche
Dean
community.
Parson as well. I work with Dean Parson in St. Thomas Shoe Tourism, and Dean he's amazing person. He's a drummer, but he has his whole group. Dean Parson in the 21st Century. They're a Grammy award winning group. And it's from St. Thomas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we got.
Let's get it.
Yeah, man.
That's what I love to hear.
Yeah.
We are putting in that work and being recognized for the work is the ultimate goal. Like even if you're not Grammy nominated, I guarantee you right now, if you're doing a song, nobody knows you and you put it on YouTube and you got 100 plays. If you don't feel good about 100 plays, something wrong with you because that 100 plays. Imagine putting 100 people in the room you're in right now.
Exactly.
That's what you gotta think on it. We don't see, oh, that's only 100 only.
Man.
That same 100 plays could share you out to get 200. That 200 could share you out. And with the good work and the goodwill, you can make it. Not only
tell
the music.
people anything is better than zero.
Yeah.
Anything is better than zero. And, you know, everybody got their own journey, you know. Everybody got their own road. Don't watch the next person, oh, he got 50,000 plays. He had zero too.
Yeah.
At a point in time, he had 100.
Facts.
You know, so
Facts,
you just got to keep walking, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, before we close this out, we all know it's festival time happening all now. Everybody getting the fet ready, getting ready for Juve, adult
Walk
parade. A lot of wine up and so.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe, you know, be respectful, drink responsibly.
Yeah.
But AJ, what kind of tunes coming out that you know of for this festival season here in the island?
That I know of,
Well, not for the island, but I know I see you share one for Gus Boss.
yeah,
And I saw it and I was like, what?
That's the thing about our festival, like it'll roll into Trinidad afterwards, you know. So Gus, he been working on some projects for Trinidad, and he got some, you know, some of the big heavy hitters on it. I've been doing some work with Adamo for
man, my bad.
Yeah,
Adamo,
big up
shout
Adam.
out King, blessings,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, Adam did some real good work. Yeah, man. Big up Adam and big up all the other artists, them, man. So. I mean, this year I ain't really doing nothing locally because right now I focused on getting myself together for the Grammys because I heading out there in February for the award show. Yeah, so I gained everything together for that. And but I did do some work with Kirk, his son, you know Kirk Ross, he does graphics and stuff. His son, he's doing a kids type of culture type of thing. I can't remember the name of it, sorry, but I think it's never mind because I said the wrong thing. But it's geared around culture, history and stuff like that.
Nice.
So we did Mama Make a Johnny Cake. You know, his son is singing it. I produce and write it. You know, so that's my contribution for this season.
Nice.
You know?
Mama Make a Johnny Cake.
Yeah, for sure.
OG song that will forever, and I hope it never dies. From Stanley and all those guys are always keeping it alive.
Yeah.
It's festival time, man.
Festival time, and it's something for the kids. You know, it's an educational program that he's doing. So that's my contribution
awesome.
this season. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, guys, want to thank all you guys for came on. Real quick, AJ, you got any last words for anyone? Those who voted, those who liked, those who share, all the supporters.
Yeah, man.
That's
just
your camera right there.
thank you to everybody that been rocking with me throughout the years, man. This road has been a long one. I've been doing this for 28 years now, professionally. And if you feel yourself interested in something, go for it. You know, everybody, I would say everybody's good at something. You know, you just have to find what you're good at, turn it into, you know, perfect that skill, then turn it into a business, turn it into something that will work for you. You know, like if you wake up every day and find yourself thinking about that one thing, that's what you're supposed to be doing realistically. You know what I mean? So fuel a fire, feed it, feed that beast. It gonna yield results one day, man, for sure. If I had stopped, I wouldn't have been Grammy nominated today. So shout out to everybody that have a dream. That's the most important thing. Everybody have a dream. Everybody's good at something. Pursue that, man. Run through that finish line. Run through your goals, and you're gonna be good for sure. Respect.
Nice. Yeah, I hear it from the man himself. Is inspirational to have someone. Again, when I call this man and the man tell me, yeah, Pete, I was like, fuck. It catch me so off guard. I don't know why. I was like, you call me Pete. Like, people don't really, because my boy, people know Jacko. Like, it's very, for you to call me that is like, you know me, and I forgot.
Ricardo days, man. We
yeah,
go back.
man. Yeah. Hey, good old times.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, for all y'all watching, thank you guys for lasting this long. Again, I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Y'all about to celebrate New Year's coming up in a couple of days. I want y'all to be safe out there. Drink responsibly. If you already done a little buck, please hand over the keys. We've had too many people done lose their life already since Thanksgiving till now from all these things. So please be responsible. Drink responsibly. If not, pass over the keys.
Facts.
And y'all be safe. Have a happy holidays, man. God bless.
Esta noche, esta noche, esta noche. Primero te traje mi adicción, después en la cama te hice cambiar posición. Pero en mi vida tú eres tremenda tentación y claramente mi distracción. Baby, mueve ese cuerpo así como a mí me gusta. Esta noche, baby, te quiero pa' mí. Baby, te quiero sentir. Tú dime si tú estás pa' mí, pa' mí, pa' mí. Baby, te quiero pa' mí. Baby, te quiero sentir. Tú dime si tú estás pa' mí, esta noche. Esta noche. Esta noche. Chaco, la pauta. Y-A-K-O. Sabe boy. From the VI. From the VI. From the VI to the world. Blow. Yes. Oye, dímelo Jota. The Movie Maker. La Pauta Records.